What's up, action figure fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, we've got another fun one for you. All the way from 1992, we bring you from our Rapid Deployment Force collection series, Night Fighter. Let's bring this guy in a little bit. This is another beautiful figure from End Time Products, a toy company that produced these beautiful figures back in 1992. This was a figure right here that I really wanted badly. And I'll tell you how badly in a little bit. This figure was very difficult to obtain, to acquire, and add to my museum collection here at the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. Very difficult. But I finally tracked this figure down on eBay. And guys, because we look for beautiful packaging as well as beautiful figures, that has to be a combination, a beautiful combination. That union has to be complete because we are a museum. And with that being said, it's, you know, we're looking for beautiful figures from all time periods to put into our museum for your viewing pleasure. So you can see these figures as they were meant to be seen when they were first placed on toy store shelves around the world at whatever time period they were produced and created. You're looking at a figure from 1992. Factory sealed, mint condition. And the box is somewhere around C8 and C9. It is a beautiful example of what this figure was supposed to look like back in 1992. And we have it here in our museum. This Night Fighter, Rapid Deployment Force Night Fighter figure jumped out at me when I first saw it because of his uniform. He's got a one-piece uniform outfit on, camouflage, and you can see all of his weapons. These weapons were made oversized and on a cartoonish level, but that was the charm. Here's his helmet. That was the charm of these figures. Now let's bring this guy down. This figure, outfit and head sculpt were two of the deciding factors that made me really want this figure. The head sculpt with the paint scheme on it was absolutely gorgeous. Beautifully done. And the outfit was fantastic. There's his belt. He has this leg strap right here, slid down, but it's supposed to be right here, positioned on his thigh, but it slid down to his knees, and that's fine. That's okay, because that happens. Hey, he's been in this position since 1992. Just a absolute beautiful figure. You're talking about a 27, 28-year-old figure. And hand sculpt there. This hand is iconic. The way the Rapid Deployment Force figures were made. This hand was already designed and sculpted to hold all of his weapons. And these figures came with a ton of fun accessories. You only needed your imagination to breathe life into these beautiful, beautiful figures. And these figures came out at a time, these rapid deployment force action figures came out at a time where G.I. Joe was just making its way back on the scene as well. So what you had was these figures being overlooked. And rightfully so. I mean, because G.I. Joe was so iconic and beloved that the second that they came back out, people rushed to the toy stores to purchase these guys. And the rapid deployment force figures never had a chance. It was not even close. I don't think the sales were very good with these figures. And these figures didn't cost a lot. They retailed somewhere around $9 to $10. You know, much cheaper than G.I. Joe. So I've really made it a mission of mine here at the museum we have to track down as many of these beautiful rapid deployment force figures that we can find. And this Night Fighter, this gorgeous Night Fighter figure here, is another beautiful figure that's being added to our museum collection. It took a while to get him, and we'll get into that right now because I'm looking for, like I said, as close to C8, C9, C10 as possible with these older figures, with all my figures. I will settle for nothing less. And yet, when I placed an original order for this figure on eBay, and we'll move this guy over, because this is our second figure, our second Night Fighter figure. We have an original Night Fighter figure that I originally ordered. And let's bring him in. Well, let's bring him down. Well, we'll send him up here first. Well, I don't think he's going to stand. So let's do this. And we'll show you what we're talking about here. Get you a blown out shot. Now, here is both of our Night Fighter figures together. As you can see, this is our practically C10 museum example. And here is our not so C10 museum example. This figure's box is in poor shape, poor condition. And the seller I bought it off gave me a fair, I'm going to say a fair enough description. But it wasn't, and you say, well, how come you didn't get your money back? Sometimes I will call the seller and get the money back, but I didn't pay a lot for this figure. And once again, guys, that's that age-old saying, you truly do get what you pay for. So I didn't pay. I cut some corners, financial corners, I should say, and that's what happens. So I had to go back and find this guy again because the way I am, it's an illness, guys. It's an illness. It wasn't good enough that I had this figure already in our museum. It wasn't good enough. I had to have this particular Night Fighter figure because I really love this figure. I had to have this figure in C10 museum quality. And that's what we got. Now, surprisingly enough, these boxes are a little different. End Time Products packaged their boxes several ways in several different color schemes. Some boxes were done in black and purple, orange and black. The inside liners were orange. It depends. And like you see here with our this is about a C5 box right here or less, but the inside is yellow. And you can see everything is intact. The weapons, everything is absolutely gorgeous. The figure itself is absolutely gorgeous. It's not the figure, guys. It's the box, and that's what I'm saying. It's an illness. It's an absolute illness. I've had this figure for over a month and wouldn't do a review for you guys because I wanted to show you guys this figure as it was truly meant to be seen, and its ultimate beauty. Because guys, we are a museum, and we promote pristine, beautiful, boxed and carded figures, along with beautiful comic books. But we do promote beauty in our action figures and beautiful condition in our action figures. And that's what you're getting here with this beautiful Night Fighter figure. Now you say, where is his Night Fighter thing? As you can see, both boxes are made differently. This has an overhang right here. This one doesn't. We can assume that the Night Fighter sticker that was placed behind the figure in the box, at the top of the box, fell off. And it's probably somewhere down here at the base somewhere. That's what we only can assume. But you can clearly see the Night Fighter name right here on the front of this tattered and beaten box here. Guys, what do you think of our Rapid Deployment Force Night Fighter figure? Do you have this guy? Are you looking for these guys? Not hard to find. You can get these guys for a pretty decent price. You're going to pay a little bit more if you want these guys in this type of condition. If you want them in a near C9, C10 condition, museum example, if you're going to keep this guy in his box, then you're going to pay a little bit more. If you want this guy in about C6, C5, C6 condition box-wise, and you're going to take him out anyway, then I would say, hey, don't worry about it. You can probably find this guy loose too. If you're looking for this guy loose, though, make sure he comes with all of his accessories and equipment, if that makes a difference to you. You know, for my custom builders, action figure builders, my buddies, I have a lot of buddies that's custom action figure builders, that they do these beautiful custom jobs on and creating these beautiful custom figures. That may not be a huge problem, and sometimes it may, because they're looking for these quirky, different equipments and weapons and accessories, you know, different helmets, different style weapons, uniforms, outfits, you name it. So that might play a part if you have a customizer, that's somebody that's looking for figures like this, that they can just rebuild a new figure and add different, you know, accessories to. So it really depends on what you're looking for with these figures. I'll put this guy back down here. Move our guy front and center. Guys, we just wanted to share this beautiful figure with you today, this Night Fighter figure from our Rapid Deployment Force collection. We have more of these Rapid Deployment Force figures on the way. Give us a little time, though. It's a process, because we're looking for condition of the box, condition of the figure. So that's a whole new process, because we're really looking for these items in a certain condition, because we're a museum. So bear with us, guys, and we will definitely be bringing more Rapid Deployment Force action figures your way. You know the routine, guys. Let's put this guy up here. God bless. and keep collecting.